Welcome to the Lion's Pride. I'm Al Thomas, President-elect of the Chelmsford Rotary Club. I'm here today with Dean McIsaac from the high school. Principal Murray will be joining us at some point probably. He's been at a luncheon, so he's not here for the start of things. We're going to be speaking with the students of the month of May, and Mr. McIsaac will be doing the first introduction for us.
Awesome. Our first student of the month is from Emerson House. It is Martina Higgins. Martina is currently enrolled in AP Environmental Science, AP Psych, Honors A&P, Pre-Calc, and other courses. She's a member of the Spanish Honor Society, CHS dance team. She has been named National Dancer of the Year, which we will hear more about shortly. Captain of her dance studio, where she mentors a lot of students. Does some volunteer work with Make-A-Wish and enjoys photo and editing. Next year, she'll be attending UMass Amherst with the hopes to become a registered dietitian at the completion of her studies. Welcome.
Thank you.
So we're starting with the courses, right? AP stuff's happening last week and this week. Kind of where are you at with your exams and stuff like that? Have you taken them already? Are they this week?
Yeah, so last week I took the AP Psychology exam and it actually went pretty well. I was surprised myself a little bit. I felt very prepared for it, but still a little nervous about it, but I think it went well.
Good. Awesome.
Well, we know you're really into dance, and it takes a big commitment to be as successful as you've been. Maybe you could share how much of a commitment it is, because I don't think people really understand.
Yeah, so I mean, basically every weekend from February to June, I've been traveling and I'm away all the time doing competitions, either competing or working at them. And when I'm competing, I am with my studio, which is Melissa Hoffman Dance Center in Hudson, New Hampshire. So that also takes a time commitment too, because I have to drive there every day and back, which is about a 40-minute ride for me, which can take a toll like on homework time and school and all that. But with dance, it's a lot of traveling, it's a lot of hard work and dedication. So I'm always on the road, always either flying somewhere or doing something on weekends. So.
Where are the coolest places you've gone for dance?
Probably the coolest place would be Los Angeles, California. I recently went out there in February for a week with Dancers Inc. Conventions and Competitions, which is the competition that I represent this year as Dancer of the Year. So they take us out there and we do a lot of master classes out there. We meet with agents from MSA, which is one of the top national agencies for dancers, which is a pretty big deal. So we got to do that, travel around and be tourists and see the life of a professional working dancer.
Awesome.
A lot of times some of the dancers have opportunities to model. You never get into that, did you? Did you, I should ask?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, we had some photo shoots where we modeled the clothing and stuff like that. And I've done a few photo shoots like for promoting myself as a dancer, like in the world. So not a lot of it, but we do some of it.
Sure. How'd you get interested in nutrition?
As a dancer, it's really hard to work if you're not staying healthy. So being healthy has been like a really big part of my life since I was younger, and my family is pretty into eating the raw foods from the earth, not really eating the processed foods. So I really got interested in it this year because I've been traveling so much and it's really important for me to stay on track and not really get into unhealthy foods. So as a dancer, you see a lot of people dealing with obesity or anorexia, stuff like that. And I've personally been through all of that just being a dancer from the age of 3 to 18 right now. So I just really wanted to find a way to use my dance knowledge and experience to help other people in a sort of healthy science way.
Makes a lot of sense.
Awesome. Do you hope to do any dance stuff at UMass Amherst?
I do. I actually recently auditioned for their dance team, and luckily I made it. Only 3 people made the team, which was pretty scary for me. I did not know how many people they were going to choose, but I'll be really excited to be performing on the sidelines at basketball and football games. And the football games, which is really cool, actually some of them will be held at Gillette Stadium, so you can find me on the sidelines.
Congrats.
Doing that.
That's
so,
awesome.
Thank you.
Good for you. Lasting impression of CHS. We're kind of coming to a close here. That's the best part about being, the May selection. Everything's kind of coming to an end. What do you have?
Well, CHS has been quite a time for me over the 4 years. I've had so many friendships that have been made, lots of personal relationships with teachers, and overall it's just been such a great experience, and I'm so fortunate to have grown up in Chelmsford. It's such a great town, such a great place, and I'm really happy to be graduating this year.
Is there any individual that you'd like to mention that's been particularly influential in your life?
My plus block teacher, Mr. Berland, we've gotten really close over the past 4 years, and he probably knows almost everything about me. He deals with my rants. He's very supportive when I do something big with dance or do well on a test, so he's just been sticking through for the 4 years, so I'm very lucky to have had him as a plus block teacher.
Awesome.
Well, congratulations on the great job that you've done. I wish you the very best and have fun at UMass.
Awesome.
On behalf of the Rotary Club, I'd like to give you this plaque.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Thank you, Martina. Next up, for our May Students of the Month, we have Emerson House student Brendan Malone. Brendan is currently enrolled in AP Physics, AP Calculus, AP Literature, AP Bio, A&P, Mock Trial, and Student Government Independent Study. Brendan is a member of the National Honor Society, the Spanish Honor Society, CHS Lyme, Class Reps, Poetry Club, and kind of his biggest role, with at least the class of 2018, the class secretary. And all that stuff is coming to a close here, as we just said. He, in the future, hoping to do some interesting things. He's enjoying musical instruments, photography, filmmaking, painting, and he also had a great presentation for Mr. CHS, which I don't know if you want to speak about or people have seen on CTV. Welcome, Brendan.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.
Why don't we start with that? Because I don't know about it.
So for Mr. CHS, there's a talent portion, and I chose to do, I'm in a band with some of my buddies, so I knew we were going to do some kind of rock song. I thought we were going to take a more like serious road, but then we chose a song from SpongeBob called Goofy Duper Rock, so we just had fun with it.
I can't get over SpongeBob.
Yeah.
My grandchildren,
Yeah.
when the show comes on, they already know it. They've seen it 85 times. They have it memorized.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't get over it. But anyway, you went to a conference on medical kinds of things because you're interested in that field. Can you tell us a little bit what that was like? 'Cause
Sure.
I don't.
So that was a few years ago. I think that was before junior year. Really what it was is they had a lot of speakers from the medical field. A lot of diverse people, though. There was one man who was an astronaut, and he worked in the medical field and how they developed things in space. And more than anything, that conference really got me motivated for college. They told me like what you need to be doing, who you need to be reaching out to, and just how to be on like a very motivated path to get where you want to be in life.
And where was that held?
The Saunders Arena in Lowell.
Oh, okay. So you didn't have to go too far.
No, I was close.
You have a lot of different interests.
Yeah.
Let's start with poetry. How'd you get involved with poetry?
I don't know. I think I just kind of like putting words together, I guess. I like reading.
Did it start in a class, or did you just start on your own?
Yeah, I think maybe 8th grade. I've been writing here and there. And then Fanny Riand and Rachel McGinn, I believe, developed a poetry club junior year last year, so that got me more into it again.
You've been involved with Lyme.
Oh, yeah.
Have you been involved in the running of the relay, 24-hour relay?
I haven't been in like one of the lead positions because I'm pretty spread out right now, but yeah, I'm definitely helping out wherever
So
they
many
need me.
things, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Quick plug for that. That's coming up in a couple weeks, so or less than 2 weeks, I'd say.
When I was younger, I used to do that, but
Oh, yeah.
I've set that aside as something I don't do.
Yeah.
It was really fun. We had a name, and Thomas's Tortoises, which was very, very accurate,
Yeah.
I'd say.
How have your AP weeks been?
Not too bad. I
Yeah.
think getting a good amount of studying in, but really the teachers did a good job preparing us, so we don't really need to study that much.
Awesome.
Yeah.
With all your interests, what are you hoping to do in the future? Which direction are you thinking? And there may not be a direction yet.
Right. So I definitely want to pursue, obviously, medicine, but I don't want to let go of my music hobbies. I really love my band. We're actually playing a festival this weekend up in Newburyport, which should be fun.
Awesome.
So I just hope we can stick around with that.
Hope you have some good
Keep it
weather.
going. Yeah, yeah.
The weekend weather
Hopefully
has
not
been
raining.
great.
Yeah.
What role did you play in the mock trial?
Oh, so this year I was a witness for the team. So I just tried to stand up against the crossed lawyers and not let them get to me too much.
I don't think people who aren't familiar with it wouldn't understand, but the witnesses are really the key people in the trial to a large extent. That's why a lot of theater people do well in those activities.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you have a very varied and to go along with being successful.
Yeah.
You've tried a lot of things, which I think is great.
Yeah.
And then when you make decisions, you'll have a good basis for doing that.
Yeah, thank
On
you.
behalf of the Rotary Club, I wish you the very best.
Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Our next student of the month of May is from Hawthorne House. It is Erin Sousa. Erin is currently enrolled in AP Spanish, AP Literature and Composition, Pre-Calc, Physics, Journalism, Psychology, and Concert Choir. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, CHS Concert Choir, the Crescendos, Theater Guild, Class Reps, Freshman Mentor Program. She has been a recipient of the Lions Pride Award and also Academic Achievement Award. She does CCD teaching at St. Mary's and also is a lead peer mentor at St. Mary's. Erin plans to attend Stonehill College with the concentration of English in secondary education and hopefully returns as a classroom teacher someday. We'd love to have her at CHS. Welcome.
Thank you.
English, teaching, what has kind of brought us in that direction? Was it stuff before high school, your experience in high school, your passions?
Well, I've always loved reading, and writing's always come pretty naturally to me. And so I always knew I wanted to be a teacher, but then when you decide that you want to be a teacher, you have to pick the age group and all that kind of stuff. But I think my experience in high school made me realize that I wanted to be a high school English teacher, because I think that high school students are very interesting in the way that they're just kind of like figuring out who they are and what they want to do. And I think that's a really interesting part of someone's life to be a part of. And I feel that my high school teachers have really influenced the person that I am today. So I hope to be that for people in the future.
Awesome. Very giving.
You've been involved with Theater Guild. What kinds of roles have you played in that organization?
I've been in a few of the musicals. I actually was in musical all 4 years. And I was also a part of the state festival my sophomore and junior year. And we got to go to Boston for the state finals. So those were really exciting shows to be a part of.
Yeah. Well, I just saw the 15 nominations, Tammany nominations.
Yeah, very exciting.
In almost every category.
Yeah.
That's, you know, it's good to get nominated in a couple of categories, but 15 is just
Yeah,
remarkable.
that was so exciting.
You're in the Crescendos. What do you think a cappella competition in music has just taken off around here? I mean, we have
It really
shows
has.
and everything else. What do you think? Why do you think that's been the case?
Well, definitely the Pitch Perfect movies sparked a lot of interest, so people always want to do that. Well, first we had the Thursdays at CHS, and there seemed to be a lot of interest in a cappella, so then Miss Rader decided to start the Crescendos, so we have the all-girl group, which is what I'm in. And yeah, I really think that a cappella has just been growing, especially in a lot of towns around us, because a lot of towns didn't have it, but then the last 2 years, a lot of them have formed groups. So it's just kind of taken off.
Yeah, and again, it's gotten more and more competitive.
Yeah, it is.
It started out as really fun, and then all of a sudden that competition
Yeah.
element comes in. But we've done so well. Is there anyone that you feel has been really influential in your life that you'd like to mention?
My plus block teacher, Miss Swanson, really made me want to be a teacher. And because we're very similar, we have very similar personalities. So immediately we just kind of clicked, and I always say she's my school mom. She's my mom from 7 a.m. to 2 in the afternoon. So I just have a very close relationship with her. So I'm going to miss her a lot next year.
Do you hope to do anything in college with either acting or singing or both?
Yeah, I hope to do something definitely with singing. I'm not quite sure if I'll have time to do acting things, but I definitely hope to continue with musical things.
Awesome, that's great. St. Mary's, you've done some stuff over there.
Yeah.
It seems like you'd like to give back to the children, to the community. Kind of take us through your experience over there.
So I taught 3rd grade CCD last year, and I loved the group of kids that I had, so I really wanted to stay with them. So I ended up having the same class again when they were 4th graders, and they're just a lot of fun. And I feel like I learned how to really control a classroom, which I think will really prepare me for my career. So it was just a really good experience. I learned a lot from it.
You still want to go to the high school level though for English,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It also helped me realize too that I more want to be with older kids, but it was still a good experience just to test out, see which age group I really wanted to be with. So it was just a good learning experience overall.
As we unwind, what's your lasting memory of CHS?
Honestly, just the people in the building are so friendly, the staff, the students. So every day, really, you just feel welcome and you feel like you're a part of the community. So it makes all the school events very exciting to go to. So I think I'm definitely going to miss the community the most next year. But I'm excited to go to college and have a whole new community too. So.
Yeah, a whole new life.
Yeah.
On behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary,
Thank you so
I
much.
want to wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our next student of the month of May, is also from Hawthorne House, Alec Hargett. Currently enrolled at AP Physics, AP Government and Politics, AP Literature, Calculus, Common Law and Trial Procedures, Journalism and Creative Writing. Alec is a member of the National Honor Society, Student Council, and Best Buddies. He was an MVC All-Star in soccer. He's also participated in winter track while his time at CHS. He's a youth soccer referee. He's worked at a couple different places, Lowell Food Pantry, and done some volunteering at Down East Mission Main trip. Alec plans to attend UMass Boston. He's excited to explore many possibilities and career options for him. Welcome.
Welcome, thank you.
One thing stuck out to me when we were going through all this stuff, your involvement with soccer, Best Buddies. I know Best Buddies just wrapped up last week. I don't know if you went to their last event, but kind of pull us through what's gone through your 4 years here related to soccer, and then also the clubs you've been involved in.
Oh wow, it's been I've been in like a range of like different clubs, and because soccer I've always been very committed to, and it was a great experience because I started on the varsity team as a freshman, and that was interesting, like not getting off the bench, but then it got better, and then junior year had to have a surgery, so I missed that season. But it was like a really interesting. But the clubs I think definitely helped that. Like I got involved like student council, Best Buddies, and it's like it kind of helps you deal with all that's going on, other activities.
Awesome. Next year at school, would you plan to try to attempt to play at UMass Boston?
I'm thinking about just doing like intramurals. I'm not too focused on soccer. I'm more focused on academics.
Awesome.
But, yeah.
Very good.
How did you pick UMass Boston? It's been in the news a lot because of Mount Ida, but we don't have a lot of kids that go there, so I was just curious why you...
Yeah, it doesn't have great publicity right now, but...
It's not their fault.
Yeah.
No.
I really want to live in the city,
Yeah.
and it's I think just money-wise, it's a great, decision for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I'm actually really excited to go there, yeah.
You'll have a lot of opportunities in there.
That's great.
Kind of sidebar, did you ever go on any field trips right in that area, JFK Library, so literally right on the same campus?
Yeah,
You go
JFK
last
was
year?
like, we went for history last year, and that was
Yeah.
50 feet from it. Yeah.
Were you interested before on the field
Yeah,
trip?
yeah.
Okay, good, good. A couple other things. Obviously, your AP stuff. Are you wrapping up all your tests? Do you still have any left?
Yeah, I had 3 last week.
Yeah.
They weren't too, physics was a little difficult, but
Yeah.
the other 2 I felt pretty confident about.
Good. At UMB, what do you plan to kind of go into? Undecided, there's a lot of options.
I want to try out a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm undecided right now. I was thinking about English before, and I took a lot of English focus classes this year. But I really want to broaden my range out and see what else is out there too.
Awesome.
Could you tell us a little bit about your experience on the mission trip?
Yeah. So every year it's like part of my church. So we go down to Maine, and we there's a lot of things we do. We fix the roofs. It's a lot of it mobile homes. So it's my first year we did installation under the home because it's freezing in the winter.
Yeah.
And it's just if you go inside their houses, it's just boards, and then sometimes there's you can see the ground from their house. It's really freezing in the winter, and I've been a youth leader for 2 years now, I think, and it's really focused on the kids. It's really interesting, and it's a week where you kind of learn about your homeowner, and you get really connected to people who need your support and stuff.
And the Boston and Worcester mission program, is that similar or is that different?
It's not part of the same organization,
Right.
but it's still part of our church. We kind of just go down for a night. Sometimes we sleep in a church, and we just either feed the homeless, or sometimes we just can talk to them or just help them out, whatever they need. Yeah.
Is there anyone you'd like to mention as being particularly helpful to you over the last 4 years or so?
Specifically in the Shumpert administration.
Anybody that's been key in your life that you'd like to acknowledge.
Can I say 2?
Sure.
I think both my parents, because both
You
aspects.
gotta talk fast though.
Yeah. Both my parents, yeah, just different aspects they've helped me with, yeah.
Oh, great.
That's awesome.
Best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Done a great job.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Our next May student of the month is from Whittier House. It is Karen Ghobrial. Karen is currently enrolled in AP Calc, AP Physics, AP English, AP Bio, Honors Anatomy and Physiology, and Biotechnology. Karen is involved in many things. She's been inducted to NHS, Spanish Honor Society. She's a member of Class Reps, Lime, Key Club, Poetry Club, TJF, and a few other things. Next year, Karen will be attending UMass Lowell and plans to pursue post-secondary education in medicine with her long-term goal of becoming a pediatric surgeon. Welcome, Karen.
Thank you for having me.
A lot of your activities are in the service area. What has prompted you to be so involved in serving others?
Yeah, so I started with my church in freshman year. So we have like a summer camp for the kids between the kindergarten age and 8th grade. So like right when you're a freshman, you can start being a camp counselor. So I like threw myself into that, and I had so much fun like planning the week out and like with the kids and everything. I'm usually with like the kindergarten and the 1st grade age, and like I love that age so much, and like that's why I kind of wanted to go into pediatrics. Right. Like that age is just, I love that age. It's just so fun like playing with them and like being a kid again.
Have you done anything in terms of working at a hospital or anything to get some exposure to the medical field?
Right now I'm volunteer at the Lowell General Hospital in the mother-infant unit. So like I just love being involved in there and like in that unit, especially with like the babies like coming in and out and like the mothers.
Yeah, well, it's good to have that experience because sometimes people think, I want to go into this area and then get involved, but that you're headed in the right direction.
Like set your foot in the hospital and like kind of get a feel of like the environment, and like I love it.
Great.
That's awesome. Your tutoring, what age group has that been with? So with middle school, elementary, kind of all over?
Yeah, so I did the McIsaac tutoring at McCarthy. I did it freshman year through junior year, and that was basically you go and it was like an hour after school is over, and anyone between 5th grade and 8th grade, so like anyone in the middle school who just needs help, they go there to either work on their homework and like they get extra help if they need it. So kind of being able to help like those age groups too.
Still giving to the youth, which is very commendable. Class Reps, Lime, what has been, I guess, your favorite club to be involved in?
Definitely.
And no hard feelings to anyone that you're leaving out, but kind of, narrow down a couple that you've been involved in and you've really enjoyed.
Yeah, so definitely Lime. We have our 24-hour relay coming up this weekend. And we have 2 big events, like the Intune event. That was really successful this year. So it's like planning it, and like that group has been, a big part of my high school career. I started sophomore year, and I've been with them since sophomore year. It's a really, really fun club to go to.
How's your AP season going? Okay. I just want worry about the kids and want to make sure everyone's doing all right.
Took my last one yesterday. It went really well.
Good.
That's good. Is there anyone that you'd like to acknowledge as being key in your growth and development?
So definitely my parents been a big role in this, and then also Mrs. Orsini. I would not be where I am here today without her help. Like freshman year right off the bat, she was like always there for me. She's always been there and always will be there.
Well, it's good that it's so important to have those kinds of support. Yeah. And parents are obviously key to a lot of people, and it's good that you've acknowledged them. So,
outside of Miss Orsini, what are you going to miss most at Chelmsford High and as we wind down?
So definitely all these events that like make the school seem, it's like not just about academics. Like there's so much more going on, and like you can throw yourself into these clubs and sports and like events, and you can help like plan them and coordinate them, and it's just so much going on. Like there's never a dull moment.
Awesome. And what are you looking forward to the most these next 2 weeks? We got a lot of events coming up.
Next 2 weeks, definitely just being outside and like enjoying the weather. So hopefully we get good weather senior week.
Good. That's awesome.
Okay, on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, I want to give you this plaque, something to remember us by, and wish you the very best as you move on.
Thank you so much.
Congrats, Karen. And our last student of the month for the month of May is also from Whittier House. It is David, also known as Davey Quadros. Davey's currently enrolled in AP Bio, AP Spanish, Calculus, Senior Odyssey, Economics, and Psychology. He's a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, Class Reps, and the boys volleyball team. He's volunteered in the Special Olympics and also does a lot of working in the basketball, youth leagues in town, whether it's reffing, coaching, kind of giving back with his passions. And Davey plans to attend UMass Lowell in the fall, major in biology, and then follow that up with a master's degree. Davey, welcome.
Thank you.
Well, why don't we start with volleyball? It's
Sure.
in a game tonight. Why
Yes,
don't
we
you fill the fans in on how the team's doing?
We're doing very well. I believe we're 12-3 now. So it's top of the MVC right now. We're tied with Lowell. Been a tough opponent this year.
I saw you once, and pretty well balanced. You don't have the size of some teams.
No, we do not. I'm actually the starting middle, so I'm not that tall for the position, but we make up for it. We have to work hard, but we get it done.
And how's the new coach? Adjustment?
Yep, Coach Edgar. He's real good.
Good.
Yeah, he's pretty awesome. I enjoy playing for him a lot.
Good. It's hard when coaches change. You get used to one kind of thing.
Sure. Especially your last year.
Yeah. What did you, you've worked with Special Olympics. Is
Yep.
there any particular part or a role that you've played?
Yeah, so we actually do the Special Olympics through volleyball. We go and help do the line judges, and we just help the players and the teams make sure they're having a good time, make sure they know the rules of the game, and everybody can have fun. So that's actually coming up. I'm organizing that in a couple weeks to head back up to Harvard to do that.
It's at Harvard.
Yeah, it's at Harvard, so it's also cool to go check out the
great.
university.
Who is it? Like a regional event? Like who
Yeah,
attends?
I
for
believe
that?
so.
So kind of Eastern Mass or?
Yes, yeah.
Very good. Kind of take us through your 4 years with volleyball. Has it been ups and downs, all kind of climbing to the senior year?
Yeah, I'd say it's mostly been ups. I've been all over the place. Freshman year, I was on JVB, and I was a setter. I've played a bunch of different positions, and then sophomore and junior year, I was outside here. And then senior year, I was surprised I got moved to middle because we were lacking the size.
Sure.
So I've had to learn to do a lot of things, but I've enjoyed it all.
Helps you enjoy, know the game a little better too.
Oh, you
Exactly.
were in Mr. CHS.
I was,
Yes,
I was.
How
It
did
was
you-
it was a very good
Now,
time.
what did you do?
Oh man, yeah, what I did. I didn't really have much of a talent, but I wanted to get out there.
So
and
you had to
have
cover
fun.
it up, kind of?
Yeah, that's yes. Covered up with a lion onesie. Got out there and I danced around. It was a good time.
You danced?
Yes, I
You
had
have a
the help.
dance background like
I had the help of a couple girls from school that are on the dance team. They're nice enough to help me out, put a song together.
It's a great event. I'm sure it was
Yes,
SRO
yeah.
because it is every year. It's just so big.
Davey, who did you come down? I forgot who you came down.
Oh,
to the
I
stage
brought
with.
my grandmas down to the stage.
That's right.
Yep. Played some Frank Sinatra for them.
All right.
Yep, Graham's favorite song, so they enjoyed that a lot.
Very good.
It was a great night for all involved.
Yep.
Basketball. I hear a lot of jokes about it. I know you're passionate
yeah.
about it.
Silver-
I know
silver
you
jokes.
spend a lot of time doing it, and you also enjoy it. Kind of walk us through your basketball. Where you're at right now.
Yep. So I love the game, love coaching. I ref, I play. Just recently won the Simple Championship this year in the Town Rec League for the high school. And then over the past summer, I coached some kids that some of them are freshmen now, and some of them are still here. So it's weird, but it's great seeing them around the halls, players I've coached. And even just here on the way into Parker, I saw one kid I coached over the summer, and just seeing the smile on their face when they're like, I know that kid, the big older kid that they like to see. So,
Do you enjoy coaching? You think it's something
yeah.
you may try to do later, or just kind of, if your career allows it?
Yeah, I definitely love to coach. I know there'll be more opportunities to ref. I'll definitely continue refereeing. Just there's more opportunities in college, making money, refs. So
It's not easy.
no, it is not easy.
I'm sure you found that out already.
Yes, I have. I found that out first game of freshman year. There was a lot of stuff, but you get used to it, and it helps
Well,
you.
the more you do it, the more comfortable it
It
is.
helps with confidence as well.
I'm
You
sure it
as
does.
you go along.
A lot of people that know everything.
Exactly. Yeah. Everybody thinks they're a ref. So.
Next year, UML, bio. How come we chose bio? Well, is that your passion? Is that kind of the field careers you want to go into?
Yeah, so I've always leaned toward the sciences. They recommended I chose a major. I kind of am still undecided and may change it. I just felt I didn't want to limit myself. I thought there's a lot of ways I could go. But specifically, the sciences where I lean, so I picked biology.
Well, it's a good area because there's a lot of opportunities in,
Yep.
science areas. So I think that's a good choice. Is there anyone that you'd like to acknowledge as having a major impact on your life, either at the school or outside?
Yeah, well, of course, my parents, but then at school, Mrs. Schultz in the history department, and Mr. Mack, and then Mrs. Queenan, who was my plus block teacher, helped us become great people, or not become, but taught us the importance of random acts and
Maybe you could just take
kindness.
a second to talk about Plus Block because it's come up a few times. Maybe just tell the people in the audience what Plus Block is.
Plus block's kind of it's a homeroom, really. It's a block every day. We just come together. It's the same group for 4 years. And it's just meant to relax, get some homework done, but also get to know the people around you, make some friends, and it's a support group for the 4 years.
I'm
So.
glad to hear that. Well, on behalf of the Chelmsford Rotary Club, I want to give you this plaque to remember Chelmsford High School and Chelmsford Rotary.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Davey.
Well, we've been very fortunate. We've had a good group today, all kinds of different people. I think that's the thing I enjoy most about this is learning, what the students are involved in, not only at Chelmsford High School, but outside. So I want to thank you for sharing the desk with me, and Hope Mr. Murray had a good time at lunch.
I'm sure he did.
And we'll be back.